As we've learned in the first 3 swing makeovers, we've been able to lower and load on the rear leg as we take a strong stride forward, keeping the body angle back, and we're able to really drive the hips open, maximizing our power. And once we reach this position here, we realize that the stomach muscles and the back muscles have tightened up, and we've brought that power of rotation all the way up to our shoulders, the lead shoulder and the front and the back shoulder. And as they rotate open, we need to get in a position where we can connect the power of the hips to the hands and the bat head so we can drive the ball with the most efficiency and with the most power.
When I start my swing, as my front foot lands, I want to have my back elbow in. I want to have my lead arm, as straight as I can get it. It feels rigid. I feel tension all the way through my lead arm. And I feel once I'm in this good position, or the connected position, all I have to do is rotate into my snap. I feel all the tension in my lead arm, and especially right here on my lat. I feel like that is tense. And then on the back side, my left elbow is tucked in at my side, or it may come out a little bit on tape, but I try to keep it inside where I'm connected with my hips and my backside as well. And then I'm in that good connected position to where once I'm here, it's all rotation. You feel loose in your swing at the beginning, where you go from a relaxed position. That's why a lot of guys wave the bat around, or you see them fiddling with their fingers because they feel very relaxed here. But once your hands come back and your front foot comes down, this is a very rigid or tense position because you feel a lot of tenseness and pressure with your lead lat, and you feel a lot of tension and coil in your hips and your hands as they're connected. So once you get to this point here, that's where all your power comes in your rotation. So you go from being very loose and very relaxed as your hands come back and your front foot comes down. Now you're in a very coiled, tense position to where you can rotate into the snap.
The nice thing about having the hands back is that when you get in that position with the hands back, you've taken up all that slack. Like you say, your lead lat muscle is tight. You've got the back elbow tight against the body, so all you have to do is turn the hips and your whole upper body turns in unison without having to do anything else. Just like a steak's been driven from your head out through your butt, right down there you rotate tight on that. And I think the beauty of being in that position is that it makes it simple to just rotate around and then pick up your tempo so that when you go to that point of impact, all you gotta do is snap the wrist, boom, right within that rotation, and you feel like you can consistently strike the ball every time.
Once you pull the hands back and your front foot comes down, that sets your body angle for the rest of the swing. So whether I'm standing straight up and down, or whether I start in the back, I always come to that same position. Like there's a rod through my body, it angles back and it sets my body angle so that I can rotate up through the ball, as opposed to if I set my body angle incorrectly, I can't rotate. Here's my point of contact, all I can do is rotate down.
I think that that's one reason that you have learned that so well, and I'm working on it very hard too. If you can just sit down and drill this, it becomes real natural after a while, doesn't it?
It does. I like doing the drill to get me into the connected position as a warm-up in the batter's box or before we start to swing, because it really gets me used to getting my hands back, getting the front foot down, setting the body angle, and then all I have to worry about is my rotation and my snap. So once I get into this position, I'll do sets of 5 or 10 doing that. Once I get used to getting into this position before we start hitting, then all I have to do is worry about my rotation and my snap. I'm already getting myself and preparing myself to maximize my power that way. there's two parts in your swing that you feel connected with the hands and the hips. The first is the lead arm and the lead lat. I feel a lot of pressure there. That's connected with the hips. And also the second part is on the back side. My back elbow is tucked in at my side. It's connected with my hips so that I can start my rotation. Great training aid that we've developed to help get that backside feel is using the bungee cord. Now I take it, I wrap it around my waist. I slide my arm all the way through, down at the elbow. I can already feel my elbow down on my side. Sometimes it's hard to describe some of these techniques with words, so you have to get that feeling with it, and this forces you to get your elbow down. Some guys start with their elbow up in their swing. Well, you can't do it here because it takes too much tension to pull it up. I feel like I'm already in my good connected position right now. The lead lat is connected. I feel a lot of tension there, and my back elbow is down. I'm in that launch position. It feels so good with the bungee cord getting me to that point to where I can just start my rotation into the snap.
And like you say, you're back in that connected position. As soon as you turn your hips, you don't have to do anything about your upper body. I never think about my upper body at all, do you?
I do not.
It's much easier if you can use a mechanical invention rather than verbalizing something. You can feel that so easy, and it would take us 10 or 15 minutes to actually fully explain to somebody how that's in tight and why. When you get somebody in that position, they can feel it, and it's awesome, isn't it?
You can explain it all day, but once you feel the bungee cord on there, you really feel what it should feel like during your swing.
And again, these are just bungees you get at the hardware store. They're cheap, but it's a very innovative, great piece of equipment that we've been able to come up with here that help teach that connection on the back side. Now, if you're a guy like Brett, you're a one bungee guy. If you're a guy like me, you're probably a two bungee guy. If you want to describe the body types, you get somebody like Bear. Bear's probably what, a three bungee guy?
A three bungee.
Maybe four.
Oh, Jesus, here we go.
You've got sexual toys
What
that
the
strap on like
fuck?
that.
God
Is that too
almighty.
big? All right, now you slide that underneath there, Bear. And then I'm gonna grab you a bat here, or an axe.
It pushes out my fat. You dope, goddamn bat, and go ahead.
So what about the pipe?
Actually, can you actually hook the ball with
This is a pipe. This is part of the training drills from Sports Techniques that he's.
Just read the cue cards, okay?
The cue cards say, you know, I really don't like this pipe. I mean, it's like I'm getting ready to plummet, you know, somewhere. I tell you, I just don't get it. And it's like you want me to swing a pipe. When would I ever swing a pipe in my whole life? You know what I mean?
When the Amish Mafia comes.
When the Amish Mafia comes, this will be the pipe of choice. Actually, it helps you out pretty much.